Creating a TV show with the goal of entertaining audiences is a delicate balance, but it becomes a different story when viewers find them more disturbing than delightful. While there are guidelines in place for TV shows to adhere to, some successfully navigate them, resulting in shows that viewers eagerly tune into. However, there's a flip side. Shows that not only break these guidelines but also manage to annoy viewers to the extent of facing cancellation. In today's video, we'll delve into 12 shows that took things a bit too far, ultimately leading to their untimely demise. Get ready for a journey through the world of television, where crossing the line meant the end of the line for these shows. Number 12. Man vs. Beast. Man vs. Beast stands as one of those television phenomena that leaves viewers questioning the rationale behind its creation. Airing on Fox in 2003, this show took the concept of competition to an extreme by pitting groups of people against wild animals. The premise was undeniably daring, and the sheer audacity of the challenges made it a spectacle that captivated audiences. The stakes were high as episodes featured humans engaging in feats such as jet pulling against an elephant, racing a giraffe over 100 meters, engaging in a tug-of-war with an orangutan, and even racing chimps through an obstacle course. The very premise of Man vs. Beast sparked controversy from the moment it hit the airwaves. Animal rights activists were quick to decry the show, arguing that it not only exploited the animals but also jeopardized their well-being. The ethical concerns surrounding the program were undeniable, as both humans and animals were exposed to potential harm in the name of entertainment. Despite the outcry, the show's popularity was sufficient to prompt the creators to produce a sequel in 2004. However, the controversial nature of Man vs. Beast ultimately caught up with it, leading to its cancellation in the United States. The ethical and safety concerns raised by animal rights activists had evidently taken a toll on the show's longevity. Meanwhile, across the pond, John Fashanu found himself fascinated by the premise of Man vs. Beast. Intrigued by the challenges and competitions, he took on the endeavor of creating a UK edition. Filming 6 episodes, Fashanu's version of the show was intended to bring the thrill of human-animal competitions to a new audience. However, fate had other plans, as animal rights activists once again mobilized against the show, preventing it from ever seeing the light of day on British television. The short-lived existence of Man vs. Beast serves as a testament to the delicate balance that television producers must navigate between entertainment and ethical responsibility. While the show achieved a certain level of popularity, it ultimately succumbed to the ethical challenges it posed. The cancellation of the American edition and the thwarting of the UK version underscore the ethical concerns inherent in subjecting both humans and animals to potentially dangerous scenarios in the pursuit of entertainment. Man vs. Beast remains a cautionary tale about the limits of spectacle in the ever-evolving landscape of reality television. Number 11. The Chamber. In the landscape of early 2000s game shows, The Chamber emerged as a distinctly different breed, pushing the boundaries of what viewers were accustomed to experiencing on their screens. The premise of the show was as audacious as it was controversial, as contestants willingly subjected themselves to extreme physical and mental challenges while strapped to a chair in a chamber. The conditions within this chamber were designed to intensify with each round, creating an environment that pushed participants to their limits. Before even entering the chamber, contestants were presented with a release form, a stark document that explicitly outlined the risks they were about to face. By signing this release, they acknowledged their full awareness of the potential physical and mental toll the show would exact. Strapped to a chair, contestants would endure fluctuating temperatures, alternating between extreme heat and cold, all the while having their vital signs monitored by medical professionals. The progressive worsening of conditions with each passing round made it abundantly clear that The Chamber was a program engineered to test the endurance of its participants in every conceivable way. Even the initial hose couldn't withstand the punishing environment of the chamber. During a rehearsal, the first hose, a participant, reportedly quit upon witnessing the intensity of the game in action. This early withdrawal provided an unsettling preview of what awaited contestants who dared to enter the chamber. When The Chamber premiered in 2002, it ignited a firestorm of criticism and moral outrage. Many viewers were horrified that a television show would stoop so low as to subject individuals to such harrowing treatment for the sake of entertainment and a potential payday. The public's visceral reaction, coupled with relatively low viewership, prompted Fox to swiftly cancel the show after only 3 episodes. The cancellation of The Chamber reflected a collective decision to reject a brand of reality television that seemed to disregard the well-being of its participants. The show's short-lived existence serves as a testament to the ethical considerations that audiences expect from television programming. The Chamber marked a peculiar chapter in the history of game shows, a brief experiment that ventured into extreme territory only to be met with widespread disapproval and a hasty retreat from the airwaves. In the annals of early 2000s television, it remains a cautionary tale about the limits of what audiences are willing to endure in the pursuit of entertainment. Number 10. Mini Pops. On February 8, 1983, the television landscape witnessed the debut of Mini Pops, a creation of Martin Wyatt, who had recently formed a child band by the same name just a year prior. The group had achieved significant success, releasing an immensely popular album in both Europe and the UK. Remarkably, the album soared into the ranks of the top 30, with one of its singles, the catchy "Stupid Cupid," even claiming the #1 spot on the charts in France. Riding high on the wave of the band's triumph, Martin Wyatt, fueled by creative fervor, envisioned that a TV show featuring the youthful talents of Mini Pops would be an even grander idea. The concept found an enthusiastic ally in record producer Mike Mansfield, who shared Wyatt's excitement. Cecil Corer, the head of entertainment at Channel 4, was equally eager to spearhead the production. However, despite the promising start, Mini Pops on television failed to replicate the success of the musical group. The show showcased child performers who, with an uncanny mimicry, sang and danced to contemporary pop hits, often donning full makeup to resemble the original singers. This visual emulation, coupled with the fact that the children were frequently performing songs with mature and even erotic themes, left many members of the audience with a sense of disquiet. Parents, in particular, voiced their concerns, as the show was ostensibly targeted at a younger demographic. After just 1 season, encompassing a mere 6 episodes, Mini Pops succumbed to the pressure of public outcry and was abruptly canceled. The curtain fell on the controversial series with its final episode airing on March 15, 1983. The show's legacy, however, endured, serving as a cautionary tale about the potential pitfalls of blending children and adult-oriented content on television. Mini Pops may have been an early casualty in this regard, but it certainly wasn't the last. Modern-day examples such as Toddlers and Tiaras and Dance Moms have continued the disconcerting trend of featuring children in situations that border on the uncomfortably adult. Thus, the brief and tumultuous journey of Mini Pops stands as a historical marker in the ongoing debate about the appropriateness of children engaging in mature-themed entertainment. Number 9. The Brothers Grunt. While the United Kingdom may have its share of questionable television history, America, too, has contributed its fair share of cringeworthy shows. Following the success of Beavis and Butthead, creator Danny Antonucci sought to capitalize on the animated comedy trend and embarked on a venture that would prove to be a nadir in television history, The Brothers Grunt. Premiering on MTV on August 15, 1994, this animated series made its predecessor, Beavis and Butthead, appear sophisticated and clever in comparison. Beavis and Butthead had never been lauded for its highbrow humor, but The Brothers Grunt took the concept of lowbrow entertainment to new depths. The show reveled in gross-out content, seemingly designed to repulse and shock the audience at every turn. Even the character designs, with their grotesque appearance, were nightmarish to behold. The series delved into 7 months of on-air repulsion before its merciful cancellation. Critics across the nation couldn't hide their disdain for the show. Kenneth R. Clark, writing for the Chicago Tribune, pulled no punches, asserting that Danny Antonucci had birthed the most repulsive creatures ever to grace a television screen. The grotesque nature of the characters and the overall lack of redeeming qualities left a lasting impression on viewers and critics alike. Despite its short-lived existence, concluding in April of 1995, the Brothers Grunt continued to be a subject of critical scrutiny for years to come. As late as 2004, David Hofstede weighed in, acknowledging the series' swift demise and citing the off-putting appearance of the characters as a contributing factor to its lack of endurance. The enduring legacy of The Brothers Grunt lies not in its entertainment value, but rather in its role as a cautionary tale within the realm of television history. It serves as a reminder that even in the pursuit of humor or shock value, there are limits to what audiences will tolerate. The series, with its unapologetically repugnant content, stands as a testament to the importance of striking a balance between creative audacity and maintaining a level of taste and decency that resonates with viewers. In the case of The Brothers Grunt, the scales tipped too far into the realm of revulsion, resulting in a hasty exit from the television landscape. Number 8. The Melting Pot. While blackface undoubtedly represents one egregious form of racism in early television, it's essential to acknowledge that other racial groups faced their share of offensive portrayals. Among those who endured racism for an extended period were Indian people, whose representation on television often perpetuated harmful stereotypes. Even beloved shows like The Simpsons contributed to this issue through the character Apu, voiced by white actor Hank Azaria, adding another layer to the complex tapestry of racial insensitivity in entertainment. In the United Kingdom, a similar instance unfolded with the immensely popular comedian Spike Milligan. Renowned for his sharp wit and boundary-pushing humor, Milligan ventured into controversial territory in 1975 with the BBC sitcom The Melting Pot. It was one of the TV shows that went too far, then got cancelled. In a move that would be deemed utterly unacceptable today, Milligan portrayed a Pakistani immigrant donned in brownface, employing an offensive accent to amplify the so-called comedic effect. The show aimed to be edgy, pushing the boundaries of humor, but it ended up reinforcing harmful stereotypes of various ethnic groups, including Arabs, Australians, Chinese, Jews, and Africans. The one and only episode of The Melting Pot aired on June 11, 1975, and its content was laden with sexism, reflecting the norms of the time. However, even in the 1970s, such attitudes were not universally accepted. The show's attempt at edginess, while characteristic of the era, resulted in an unsettling blend of racial and gender insensitivity. Remarkably, although 6 other episodes were reportedly recorded, the controversial nature of the pilot led to the immediate cancellation of the series. The decision spared audiences from further exposure to the offensive content that The Melting Pot embodied. The cancellation of the show stands as a testament to the evolving societal standards and the increasing recognition of the harmful impact of racial and gender stereotypes in the realm of entertainment. Reflecting on these instances from television history serves as a stark reminder of the insensitivity that pervaded the industry in earlier decades. While progress has been made, it underscores the importance of holding creators and networks accountable for promoting diversity, inclusion, and respectful representation in contemporary media. The controversies surrounding shows like The Melting Pot highlight the need for ongoing vigilance in fostering a more inclusive and sensitive approach to storytelling in the ever-changing landscape of television. Number 7. The Word. Premiering on August 24, 1990, on Channel 4 in the UK, this television series found its place in the realm of British media, operating under regulations distinct from its American counterparts. Instead of adhering to FCC guidelines, broadcast media in the UK was overseen by 2 separate entities, the Independent Television Commission and the Radio Authority. Surprisingly, these regulatory bodies didn't find cause to intervene in the case of this particular TV show. Spanning a staggering 5 seasons, the series emerged as one of the most audacious and unpredictable shows of its time. Despite grappling with challenges such as subpar editing and questionable camera quality, the show managed to carve out a niche for itself. Drawing parallels with the renowned Monty Python's Flying Circus, it embraced unpredictability as a defining feature. However, unlike its comedic counterpart, the essence of this show was steeped in shock value. While the series notably marked the debut of the iconic band Nirvana, its content often pushed the boundaries of decency. Notorious scenes, such as one where a young man named James devours an entire pound of lard for no apparent reason, exemplified the show's penchant for the absurd. Yet, amidst the outrageousness, there was a certain charm in the outright silliness that resonated with audiences, especially during the cultural milieu of the 1990s. The true allure of the show lay in its inherent unpredictability. Viewers were kept on the edge of their seats, never knowing whether the next moment would elicit laughter or horror. This inherent uncertainty became the show's signature, contributing to its mystique. However, after 5 tumultuous seasons, the ride came to an end on March 24, 1995, when the show was finally canceled. Despite its erratic nature and often controversial content, the series left an indelible mark on the landscape of 1990s television, showcasing the era's appetite for the bizarre and the unexpected. Number 6. Kid Nation. Kid Nation was a peculiar reality show that felt like a bizarre concoction, akin to leaving the principal from Matilda in charge of programming. Billed as a sort of survivor for kids, the series dropped 40 young participants in the deserts of New Mexico and tasked them with building their own society. While the premise promised adventure and self-sufficiency, the show quickly became known for incidents that bordered on the alarming, leaving an indelible mark on its brief run. Accidents and near disasters were a constant specter throughout the series. Tales of accidentally ingesting bleach and cooking mishaps seeped into the narrative, contributing to the show's infamy in retrospect. The premise itself, thrusting a group of children into a challenging environment without adequate adult supervision, raised eyebrows from the start. One of the memorable quotes from the show encapsulated the questionable decision-making. "Someone had to step in. We weren't really going to eat anything, waste it. It wasn't cooking." The very essence of the show began to unravel as it became apparent that the young participants were grappling with the challenges of survival, without the necessary support and guidance. Beyond the challenges faced by the kids, the production team behind Kid Nation faced accusations of taking advantage of loopholes in child labor practices. Concerns were raised about the ethical implications of subjecting children to challenging and potentially hazardous conditions, leading to increased scrutiny on the production practices of the show. In the end, the trouble surrounding Kid Nation overshadowed any entertainment value it might have offered. CBS, faced with mounting criticism and ethical concerns, decided to pull the plug after the completion of its first and only season. The decision to cancel the show was a recognition that the risks and controversies associated with the production had far outweighed any potential benefits. The abrupt conclusion of Kid Nation left lingering questions about the responsibility networks bear when it comes to reality programming involving children. The show served as a cautionary tale, prompting a broader conversation about the ethical treatment of young participants in the realm of reality television. As the curtain fell on Kid Nation, the sentiment expressed by one of the participants resonated. "You people are dumb. You should all be ashamed of yourselves." The show's legacy became one of ethical lapses, questionable decisions, and a stark reminder that the line between entertainment and exploitation, especially when it comes to children, should be approached with utmost care. Number 5. I Want to Marry Harry. I Want to Marry Harry entered the American television scene not as the first sham dating show, but certainly as one of the most unnecessary. It is one of the TV shows that went too far then got canceled. The concept was built around a faux fairy tale, offering a premise that proved to be more of a cringe-worthy nightmare than a romantic dream. The show, which premiered amidst a wave of reality dating programs, took the deception to new heights, leaving its contestants to grapple with the realization that their fairy tale romance was built on false premises. From the outset, the contestants were intentionally kept in the dark about the true identity of their mysterious bachelor. The American women vying for his affection were lured into a world of British charm, a castle setting, a meticulously crafted staff, and accents aplenty. All the elements were orchestrated to lead the contestants down one unmistakable path: the illusion that they were competing for the heart of none other than Prince Harry. The mere suggestion of a royal connection, complete with references to Secret Service and associations with the Queen and the President, heightened the stakes of the romantic pursuit. The twist in this fabricated fairy tale, however, was that the prince in question was not Prince Harry at all. Instead, the man behind the royal facade was Matthew Hicks, a non-royal impersonator. This revelation, once it came to light, served as a jarring wake-up call for the contestants who had been led to believe they were participating in a regal romance. Behind the scenes, the production of I Want to Marry Harry employed several dishonest tactics to sustain the illusion. Former cast members have attested to feeling duped by the show's manipulative methods, creating an atmosphere of deception that permeated their entire romantic journey. The disconnect between reality and the carefully crafted fantasy ultimately proved unsustainable. Halfway through the season, the truth came crashing down, leading to the show's abrupt cancellation. The deception became too much to bear, and the charade of romance was exposed for what it truly was: a contrived and manipulative spectacle. The memory of I Want to Marry Harry has faded into obscurity for many, and the names of its contestants may be hazy at best. The show's legacy serves as a cautionary tale about the consequences of exploiting romantic dreams through deceitful means. In the realm of reality television, where authenticity is often sacrificed for entertainment, this ill-fated dating show stands as a reminder of the fine line between fantasy and reality, and the potential pitfalls of blurring that distinction for the sake of ratings. Number 4. Heil Honey, I'm Home. In the realm of British sitcoms, there exists a bizarre and offensive anomaly that briefly graced the television screen, leaving an indelible mark as a dark parody. This mercifully short-lived series dared to turn Adolf Hitler and Eva Braun into the protagonists of an archetypal sitcom. Dubbed Heil Honey, I'm Home, the show delved into a peculiar world where Hitler and Braun were portrayed as a typical suburban couple, attempting to normalize the most notorious figure in modern history. The sitcom unfolds with Hitler addressing Eva in a stereotypical sitcom manner, imploring her to consider their newfound residence as a lucky break. The absurdity reaches new heights as the show attempts to humanize Hitler, presenting him as a down-to-earth guy eager to have fun with his neighbors. The dialogue becomes increasingly cringeworthy, with lines like, "I'll show him around the town, we'll have a few beers, he'll forget about Czechoslovakia," attempting to trivialize and make light of the dictator's heinous actions. The premise of Heil Honey, I'm Home was met with widespread disbelief, as many questioned whether such a concept could even be classified as satire. Far from being comedic, the show's attempt at humor seemed not only misplaced, but deeply offensive. By transforming Hitler's atrocities into a sitcom setting, it was widely perceived as a failure in both irony and taste. The juxtaposition of real historical horrors with the banality of sitcom life created an uncomfortable dissonance that left audiences bewildered. One can't help but cringe at the audacity of the show's attempts to portray Hitler as a regular guy with trivial concerns, as if the real man's atrocities could be brushed aside for the sake of sitcom laughs. The sheer lack of sensitivity and historical awareness in the creation of Heil Honey, I'm Home positioned it as a low point in television history. Fortunately, the show's stint in the limelight was mercifully brief. After just one episode, it was unceremoniously canceled. The collective sigh of relief from viewers was palpable, sparing audiences from the discomfort of witnessing a historical figure responsible for immense human suffering being parodied in such an inappropriate manner. Heil Honey, I'm Home serves as a stark reminder of the importance of discernment in the realm of comedy. It underscores the potential dangers of trivializing historical atrocities for the sake of entertainment, and highlights the fine line that exists between satire and outright tastelessness. In the annals of television history, this ill-conceived sitcom stands as a cautionary tale, a momentary lapse of judgment that briefly tarnished the medium's reputation for wit and creativity. Before we move on, Here's today's subscriber's pick. This picture reminds us of the black and white minstrel show, one of the TV shows that went too far, then got cancelled. The show, which aired on the BBC from 1958 to 1978, is a glaring example of the persistent racism in British and American history even after the abolition of slavery. Lasting for 2 decades, the show disseminated the offensive American tradition of minstrel shows across the UK. Originating in the late 1800s, minstrel shows involved white performers using blackface, creating racist caricatures for supposed comedic purposes. These performances were deeply offensive and contributed to harmful stereotypes about black individuals. Despite societal progress, the show's popularity until the late 1970s highlights the entrenched nature of racist entertainment. The fact that it took so long for the show to be cancelled underscores the prevalence of racial insensitivity at the time. The eventual cancellation in 1978 marked a belated acknowledgement of the harm it inflicted and a growing rejection of such blatant displays of racism. So, reflecting on the black and white minstrel show, what do you have to say? Share your thoughts in the comments section. Number 3. There's Something About Miriam. There's Something About Miriam crossed ethical boundaries in the realm of dating shows, introducing a shocking revelation that altered the competition dynamics. The premise involved men vying for Miriam Riviera's affection, but the crucial detail that she was a trans woman was intentionally withheld, perpetuating harmful stereotypes. Miriam couldn't disclose her transgender identity throughout the season, and it was revealed only at the end, causing confusion and frustration among contestants. The show violated ethical considerations, exploited emotions, and reinforced discriminatory ideas, leading to its cancellation after 6 episodes. Miriam Riviera briefly experienced stardom, but tragically passed away in 2019, leaving behind a complex legacy intertwined with the controversial show. There's Something About Miriam serves as a cautionary tale about the consequences of exploiting personal identities for entertainment, and highlights the importance of ethical responsibility in reality television. Number 2. The Swan. The Swan, notorious for labeling its contestants as ugly ducklings, operated on a controversial premise, promoting the damaging idea that self-love and confidence could only be achieved through extensive plastic surgery and weight loss. The show glorified physical transformations, portraying contestants' willingness to undergo numerous procedures as a testament to their strength. The narrative surrounding one participant, Dory, normalized extensive surgery and breezed through recovery, earning admiration. Each episode's goal was to have the transformed woman compete in a beauty pageant, reinforcing troubling societal norms that prioritize physical beauty as the main measure of success. What made The Swan repugnant was its moralizing stance, portraying itself as a public service while playing into insecurities and promoting exclusive beauty standards. Contestants were coerced into expressing gratitude for extreme makeovers, creating a narrative suggesting this transformation was not just desirable, but necessary for fulfillment. Contestants were prompted to reflect on their experiences, reinforcing the show's message that true happiness and self-worth were contingent on conforming to societal beauty standards. The detrimental impact extended beyond the television set, with some contestants facing worsened troubles after filming. Despite strong initial ratings, swift backlash led to the cancellation of The Swan after 2 seasons. In retrospect, it serves as a cautionary tale, highlighting the ethical pitfalls of reality television that exploits vulnerabilities, perpetuates harmful beauty standards, and preys on participants' insecurities. Number 1. Bridalplasty. Dr. Terry Dubrow, a respected plastic surgeon, found himself at the center of controversy when he lent his expertise to the television series Bridalplasty. While his medical skills may be highly regarded, the show's premise and execution were far from stellar, raising concerns about its impact on both contestants and the broader cultural narrative surrounding beauty. In this peculiar reality series, 12 women were pitted against each other in a competition to win their dream nuptials and a range of cosmetic procedures. Dr. Dubrow's plastic surgery services were presented as part of the grand prize package, intertwining the quest for marital bliss with an unsettling emphasis on physical transformation. The show's format unfolded with each episode featuring a challenge, and the winner not only secured a step closer to her dream wedding, but also earned a cosmetic procedure, be it a nose job or breast implants. The unsettling realization crept in for some contestants who almost stumbled upon moments of clarity, recognizing the problematic nature of undergoing 15 surgeries or more in pursuit of an elusive notion of complete confidence. The inherent contradiction of bridalplasty lay in its potential as satire, a commentary on society's relentless pursuit of physical perfection. However, the show's portrayal of real and drastic cosmetic procedures made it uncomfortably real, blurring the line between entertainment and the normalization of extreme measures for the sake of beauty. Critics were quick to lambaste the show for its exploitative nature and questionable ethics. Even professional plastic surgeons were among the dissenting voices, expressing concern over the potential normalization of extensive surgical interventions as rewards in a competitive setting. As the series hemorrhaged viewers and faced mounting criticism, it became apparent that the public was not receptive to the merging of bridal aspirations with an extreme beauty makeover competition. The backlash against bridalplasty resulted in a swift demise for the controversial show. Despite its initial premise, which seemed to tap into the culture's fascination with wedding dreams and physical transformations, the series failed to secure a second season. The show's cancellation underscored the public's rejection of its exploitative nature and the potential harm it posed by normalizing drastic cosmetic procedures as part of a televised competition. In retrospect, bridalplasty serves as a cautionary tale about the ethical considerations within reality television. It highlights the responsibility that producers and networks bear in shaping content that influences societal norms and perceptions. Dr. Terry DeBrow's association with the show raises questions about the ethical boundaries in leveraging medical expertise for entertainment purposes. Ultimately, the demise of bridalplasty reflects a collective rejection of a narrative that commodifies beauty, perpetuates unrealistic standards, and exploits individuals in the pursuit of a televised spectacle. Thanks for watching. See you in the next one.